Chat for viewers to read. Click any message to pin and use the option. Okay, I got it. Hi everyone. I'm feeling good. Just took my little shower. Something about a shower that always just makes the spirit and body feel good. All right. Now let me just see if I can hold these two things. Let me sit up. It's not good to sit on your side like that. Okay. Gosh, my kids tracked a bunch of dirt on my bed. Now, let me take this down to just drying my hair. I won't take it off, but it's a mess. Take it off tomorrow. Sleep in it like this. 1 second, y'all. Guys, seeing the stuff that's happening? It's a shame and a scandal. A shame and a scandal. I guess I'll just get started. And they say women are Jezebels, but look at this man. He's also a male Jezebel. Jezebels come in all shapes, sizes, races, and also genders, you know. And we see it, the proof is there. The proof is in the pudding. So if you guys don't know about the story, let me tell you what's going on. There is these two um, news anchors on GMA named Amy. What's her name? Borshak, if I'm saying her name wrong. What is his name? TJ Holmes and Amy. Gosh, let me look her up. Her last name. I just cannot say her name. See, TJ. Gosh, I didn't even barely wrote his name. It came up. Roback. Roback. So these people, they've been working at GMA 3, I guess, for many, many years. I don't remember the last time I've been watching GMA, but I do kind of remember the woman, but not the dude. I don't know if he's somewhat new to the show. I could be wrong. I have no idea. But I mostly saw the one with Robin Roberts on it. That's the one I remember. But they're both married. They're still currently married. I didn't really care too much about the story, except when I looked up the details of why everyone was getting so up in arms about it. Because when I first initially saw it, I'm like, oh, just a, another couple or people getting together after some scandal. But I assumed that those people's partners were already divorced, but that was not the case. They're both still currently married, which is crazy as heck. So let's talk a little bit about TJ first. He is a what is he? He is an interracial guy. I guess he's technically a biracial man. I guess he thinks he's hot stuff because he's got that little weird exotic look to him. But all it does for guys like him is make him bigger whores because he feels like his looks will get him more access to women. And honestly, he's used his looks for the wrong reasons to basically break up homes. Wait, his last name is Holmes? TJ breaking up homes. TJ, I'm a destroy your homes. Homes, basically. I was trying to make that joke hit, but it didn't hit. But you guys get what I mean. Um, he breaks up homes, and his last name is Holmes. But anyway, this dude, he's such a piece of crap. I know I'm not sorry for saying that. He's a piece of crap. This dude is a piece of crap. I know that they're getting at them both a lot on this story, and they're probably equally getting a lot of backlash. But specifically, this dude, I have a little bit more disdain for because of the backstory I've heard about him. So when what was it in 2018, TJ Holmes, and he's currently married. I think they said he got married when in 2010. They both surprisingly got married in 2010. Both of these anchors. So TJ Holmes started having an affair with one of the producers of GMA, the morning show, in 2018. So during that time, him and his wife were having trouble at home, which his wife is also biracial as well. And during that time, they're having trouble, and the wife found out that he was actually cheating on her with one of the producers. The messiest part is that his anchor, TJ's anchor, the blonde lady that you see on the show, she was friends with the producer and also TJ's Holmes' current wife. So she knew both these parties. She knew these people. She knew all of them. Okay, the woman, the producer that worked on the show with them, I guess she had went to the anchor, the blonde lady, Amy, and told her about the affair. And she says that she only knew about the affair towards the end, which I don't believe. I believe she knew about it the entire time. Entire time. This TJ Holmes dude is just gross. He's having an affair with this woman for a couple years behind his wife's back. They reconciled when she found out about it. The wife was, a little bit disturbed that Amy, his co-anchor, remained friends with the producer that the dude had the affair with because she was also friends with his wife, you know. And this story goes a lot deeper than what you think. That's why people are so outraged by it. So TJ Holmes and his anchor, the people that work together on this show, him and the blonde lady, basically, he has a daughter with his current wife. His co-anchor, the blonde lady, her daughter would babysit TJ Holmes's daughter, and his current wife is friends with the woman that he's cheating with, the blonde lady, the co-anchor. They were friends. So she didn't even know about this affair until like it got out like this. She just thought that they were having marital problems, and they said in August of this year they were in counseling and reconciling. So when he broke up with her and left her recently, she was blindsided. Also, this the Amy woman, his co-anchor, she left her husband around the same time as well. They said he's an actor. He does look familiar. I just don't remember what show he's on. Did they say Melrose Place? Something like that. I could be wrong, but her husband is an actor, a well-paid and well-known actor, and he also stayed beside her side when she actually had cancer. So this man was there for her. She had cancer a couple of years ago, stood by her until she got well, and here she is, a couple of years later, sleeping with her coworker. What a Jezebel. And he's a Jezebel as well, disgusting, filthy bastard. But it's funny because TJ, that whole cabal with him sleeping with the producer of that show, that woman was also married. She was a married woman. And this woman is a married woman. His co anchor, he slept with her as well. Who knows how deep this rabbit hole goes? How many women has this man slept with in his workplace? I thought they said don't poop where you eat. You know? What a piece of crap. I hope he gets exactly what he deserves. You know, sometimes these men think that they're just like, so invincible, and because they work themselves up into a company that they just can't get fired. When it comes to sexual affairs and things like this, people are going to automatically look down on the guy first because you're going to look like a pig. So if they fire you, you know, if something happens where they decide to take action, let best believe he's going to get fired before her. Okay? He's going to go. They're going to probably keep her and put the Hispanic dude that they had replace them today on their show, but they'll probably get rid of him first Idiot. You're an idiot. Um, I want to talk about some scripture as well about marriage and before I go into it anymore, because I feel like I said mostly what I wanted to say because I just just grossed out by these people. All right, Hebrews 13:4. Let marriage be held let marriage be held in honor among all, and let the marriage bed be un, undefiled. For God will judge the sexually immoral and adulterers. Okay. Proverbs 6 uh, 32. He who commits adultery lacks sense. He who does it destroys himself. You know, the translation is not King James. I'm sorry, I tried to change it on this website, but this website is a little tricky. All right. All right, Matthew chapter 5, verse 27 to 28. You have heard that it was said, you shall not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that everyone who looks at a woman with lustful intent has already committed adultery with her in his heart. And the sad thing about this situation is he didn't just look at this woman, he slept with this woman, and this affair has been going on for years. So I wanted to talk about also discipline as well, just a scripture about discipline, because I feel like that's where God was leading me the most. And again, I'm sorry that the translation is off. It's not King James, which I don't prefer. But all right, let's go over Hebrews chapter 12, verse 11. For the moment, all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, but later it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it. And that's beautiful, beautiful to me. That makes a lot of sense to me. I think in our time, in this new age that we're in, people make light of these type of situations and think it's funny because we're so conditioned by these soap operas and movies, and ultimately we live in a very narcissistic, selfish world. Because I don't know what the heck was going through these people's minds when they showed up to work hand in hand, and they just had the audacity to feel like people should just be happy for their love. When your love came at an expense of two separate families that are struggling to cope with this nuance of your foolishness. There are other people involved, and I think when you take a selfish approach to something so sensitive and hurtful, I think that this builds up a lot of bad repercussions for you spiritually. And not just spiritually as well, but in our physical world. Even though we live in a very fallen society, I think some people have common sense to know that this is wrong. And I think that's what's going on. Like, this is so bad for these people around their workplace that they're saying that people are whispering in the halls, and there's just a lot of drama going on at GMA right now. Again, when I first initially heard this story, I didn't give a crap. Like, honestly, I didn't care about it. But when I learned about the details surrounding it, I was like, wow, this is really bad. You know, you're telling me this woman stood by you, talking about TJ's Holmes' wife, stood by you during infidelities. You probably not just physically cheating, emotionally cheating with these people. And the worst and most embarrassing part is you're cheating with people that are close to you or close to the friend groups that are surround your marriage. That has to be very devastating, because if you're going to cheat and embarrass your family, can you at least do it somewhere else? You know, this man ultimately does not understand the saying or the phrase, don't poop where you eat, because not only is he doing it at his workplace, but he's also doing it within his own inner circle. What an idiot. What a Jezebel. And it's like, men that don't have any sexual discipline are very dangerous people. And I know his wife will probably never see this because she doesn't really seem like the type of woman that, indulges in internet stuff or drama. But I'm sure she's somewhat, interested to see how the public is reacting to it because there's a lot of injustice in this whole scenario. But what I would say to her if I was talking to her directly, I would say, again, men with no sexual discipline are very dangerous people because God really probably protected her in this situation because she could have left this situation with a permanent, life threatening, sexually transmitted disease, from this man. He has no discipline at all. And the fact that he seems like he has some type of weird thing for women that are already taken, women that are married, that has me like kind of like raising many red flags there. And ultimately, Amy, what is her name again? Her last name, Amy Roback. Ultimately, she's an idiot because you left your husband for this idiot, for a man that has no sexual discipline, for a man that has, the reputation to go behind his wife's back and cheat. Not only was he cheating with you, but cheating with the producer that works at your job. Do you lack any type of foresight? What makes you think that he would be loyal to you? You left your husband that's been there for you through cancer for that guy just because the spirit of lust was like so heavy on you that you just couldn't resist. I can guarantee you that this was going on way before this, like before they announced, like, oh, well, everyone just needs to be happy for us. And we showed up to work, we showed up to work to display our love and they just need to get over it. No, they're not going to just get over it. And I know that there's a lot of people in this world that can be overly sensitive, and there's always someone that's gonna, that's sitting in their house somewhere that's gonna write the network and complain about the smallest or insignificant things. But this is something I do feel like people should be sending complaints about to get these idiots off the air. And then we got some people saying like, oh well, there people are acting like it's so different because these type of things happen all the time. I get it, people cheat every day, but why the heck are you rewarding cheaters, and why the heck do we need to accept it just because it's a commonality? Okay, we don't have to accept that. There are standards, there are morals, and you know what, there's this whole with them getting like being suspended off the air is bigger than even the scandal within itself because someone was saying, which I think is true. I probably, if I just do a quick Google search, I could see if this is true. But GMA, the network that they work for, is owned by Disney. And we all know Disney has that whole thing about family and keeping things super squeaky clean. When they do their dirt, they do it in subliminals, but ultimately they have a reputation of displaying family values. This ain't family values, you know. I didn't really watch this show, but definitely now I won't be watching it, especially if they bring these idiots back. If they bring them back on the show, I hope that same like people that are sitting somewhere in their home, the ones that are bird watchers that have nothing to do, that's probably been retired for 10 years, that will write all these networks and complain about random stupidity. I hope those people send in 20, 30 letters each to the network and tell them to get these idiots off the air. Yes, I do. Sorry. Yes, I do. Because I just disagree that just because this stuff happens all the time that there shouldn't be outrage. There should be outrage. Adultery is wrong. And the biggest issue I'm having with this story is the lack of respect on both ends. If you felt that in your heart that your relationship with your wife wasn't working out anymore, or your relationship with your husband on Amy's part as well, there's a certain thing called tact, you know? Um, None of this was handled with any type of tact at all. It was just like, oh, well, everyone just needs to be okay with our love. They do not need to be. What kind of woman are you? Don't you respect your husband? He's not even your ex-husband. There's no divorce yet. Like, these people just been separated, but there's no divorce. There's nothing finalized, nothing. What happened to like people waiting through divorce proceedings for that to be on paper before they start doing their dirt? Where's the respect? What happened to that? But these days it just seems like people just don't care. I think that's what it is. They really just don't care at all. And not only are you embarrassing yourself, but you're also embarrassing your families. And there's children involved on both sides of this. But none of that was taken into consideration before you strolled into work as a couple. What the heck? Mm-mm-mm. It's just super sad. Second Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. For God gave us a spirit not of fear but of power, love, and self-control. Self-control which this man lacks. I think this man is diabolical. And I have eyes mostly on him in this whole scenario because this is a pattern for him. The woman, the producer that he was sleeping with, that was married as well, she was talking about how she was in love with the guy. So you literally tricked this woman out of her marriage, destroyed this woman's marriage. Like, this man is literally going around breaking up homes and destroying marriages. And what the heck made this Amy woman think that you were a viable option in any way, in any capacity? You don't even have the moral compass to be faithful to anyone. A man that is faithful to no one and nothing can never be trusted. What the heck do you think your daughter would think about this? Your children? Well, and I heard as well, I can't confirm or deny this information because if it's not like out there, I'm guessing this woman didn't want to be known. But I heard TJ Holmes actually has another wife, a previous wife. The woman that he's trying to divorce now. I heard this is his second wife. They said that he was initially married to a black woman and he had two children with her. He cheated on her as well and they were divorced. And then he married the woman that he's with now that he's divorcing and cheating on. So you just notice a pattern. So just they're just. This is what happens when pride comes before the fall. Because when they stroll into work like that, hand in hand, we're a couple now. I bet they thought that nothing was gonna come of this. Let me see what TMZ wrote here, because they're always on it. Sorry, I'm covering my ears. I'm cold. See what else they got an update on it. How embarrassing. Hey, princess. Hey, my sister. Those two need to be ashamed. Exactly. I totally agree. And honestly, I hope they don't return. They need to go get jobs somewhere else and do something else where they can be far away from people in marriages. They're both trifling. They weren't put on the bench for their affair, but yeah, we know it's because of the backlash. Look at this dude. He just can't be trusted. We've spoken to several sources connected to ABC who've maintained the alleged affair with Singh had nothing to do with Amy and TJ's absence Monday, adding no ABC rule were violated. He had other affairs. Yes, he did. What a pig. The source echoed what we've reported. ABC News President Kim Goodwin said in editorial call Monday said on an editorial call Monday, the decision to pull Amy and TJ was to calm the internal and external distraction their relationship has caused. Look at them. It's sad. A producer too. Yeah, I saw that. It was her last name was Singh. Look at them. They just make me sick. And you know what? Amy, she's a piece of crap as well. You were in these people's homes. You were friends with his wife. Your daughter was babysitting their child, and you knew about the previous affair, and you also had an affair with this guy as well. Like, what kind of friend are you with friends like you who needs enemies? Trash. You're trash. He needs to help with his sex addiction, but sex addiction is a hard sin. He needs deliverance. He sure does, and it's a lack of self control. Prayers for them. I feel bad for the kids. Yep, me too. Totally agree. And you're right, that is the source of it because some people like this, people that get off on like getting it on with married people and being in affairs, they have some type of weird lust for that stuff specifically. They don't have any desires to be in anything monogamous because they get a thrill off of knowing that they're cheating. So when the dust settles and, if GMA decides to have these idiots back on air, you'll hear it probably a few months from now. Yeah, I'll give it less than a year that these idiots have broken up and they've went their separate ways because it's just not fun anymore to know that you're both, dating openly and you're not have to sneak in hotels or do all their nasty crap behind people's backs. So the thrill is gone, especially for TJ. He'll just move on to the next married woman and other home that he could destroy because ultimately he's a male Jezebel. They are in lust completely. Are these people even the same age? Like, they seem like weirdly like they you can't really tell sometimes with people in the news because they get a lot of surgeries and fillers, but they are they the same age? She seems like a couple years older than him. What a piece of crap. Let's see. And Robin Roberts looks like a few. Uh, Robin Roberts had checked them a few months ago, telling them to stop what they're doing. And this dude, freaking TJ, is gonna go to the higher ups talking about, I don't know where this is coming from. We are not together. These are just rumors. What a piece of crap. They say that the last men would be lovers of self, so this is too not having natural affection. It's true. I don't know why people in these days think that it is possible to be in any real relationships. Like, are you kidding yourself? You literally kidding yourself if you feel like you're gonna really find love on this earth in this fallen generation that we're in. We're literally in the last days. Some people are on here worrying about sex and love and all this crap that has no merit. Like, you're wasting your time. You really are. And maybe I would have said differently if it was a couple years ago, but look at the times that we're in. Don't waste your time doing this because you might just get caught up and then you're literally committing sin and adultery, and then God is going to catch you off guard like that, right in the bed, the filthy bed that you've laid for yourself, and then boom, the rapture starts and you regret it because you're going to hell. Okay? People like this are going to hell. You better repent, you dirty bastard. He is a dirty, dirty bastard. Just slanging his penis all over town to every married woman that will take him. He clearly has some self worth issues. Needs some damn counseling. I'm disgusted. Ugh. So disgusted by these people. Here's a story. Some people who get left behind go straight to hell. If you're caught up in sinning when God is returning, I would think you go to hell. Yeah. Like when I'm talking about the final moments, like when it is time to go out this place and God destroys this earth with fire, you don't want to be caught up in sin in that moment. That's like a nightmare. Sister, I'm not talking about like people left and, that have to endure. I'm talking about like it's time to go. You know, it's time's up. That's what I mean. Like it is over. These people downstairs, I don't know what the heck they're doing down there. Sound like there's a whole gym down there. Another source disputed that Roback was their confidant and insisted she didn't know about the affair until it was in the final stages. They told her about it right and at the end. Whatever. Seems like Roback is a liar. Can't trust anything they both say. I'm just truly embarrassed and sad for this woman, and I hope that she's amongst good people that can give her good words of affirmation, and just lead her to people that care and real friends, not like these fake friends. Like again, who needs enemies when you got friends like Amy, you know, whatever her last name is again. But and also I don't want to forget about this woman's husband, this the actor. Like I feel terrible for him. I haven't heard anything from both of their spouses that they've separated from, really cheated on for many years. They've been cheating on these people. Hey, Sleepy Leapy. But I just can't imagine what he's going through as well. I think sometimes people forget like there's a guy that probably has his heart broken as well, and this whole situation. I think they forget that the other guy is like probably hurting as well and hearing all this stuff. But I can't imagine you enduring with your wife, and she went through cancer a few years ago and stood by her side throughout her cancer treatments, only for her to cheat on you with her co-anchor years later and leave your ass high and dry. What a piece of crap. This is why you can't trust people, and this is why you need to invest in yourself. People, invest in yourself. You never know what can happen. You can't trust people. I've heard such horrific stories about people literally in marriages, been with people for many, many years. And when they start getting a little bit older and their bones start hurting and, they're getting up there in age, all of a sudden these people switch up on you. You don't even know who they are. You think you know who these people are. You think that you could guess their next move and, because you just know them so well. But once these people decide that, they're just going to switch up on you and they start acting like, you never knew them. And then you start second guessing yourself. Like, who is this person? It's literally a stranger in your house. Like that song, there's a stranger in my house. That's what it probably feels like. You know, don't get caught off. Stay prepared. You know, that any day that these people can betray you, and don't be surprised neither. Because when you get caught off guard like that, that's when you're a scattered brain and you don't know what's the next big step. Just hone it all in. you know Remember, anyone can betray you. You have to be ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And you'll see the signs. You won't really be blindsided. You see the signs. God will start giving you dreams, little hints here and there that something ain't right. You know, he seems like he's been gone at the house a little more than normal. He seems like he's pulling back more than normal. She seems like she's just less interested more than normal. You'll pick up on that stuff. And what I've been learning lately now, and I know some people may not agree with this, but life is not all about relationships and love and romantic this and that. You can literally still live your life and have a full life without a romantic relationship. You don't have to live that way. And God is not going to condemn you if you don't want to get married or don't want a relationship. How many times do you have to be burnt by somebody else, or, or betrayed or let down or disappointed by someone else till you finally figure out that that part of your life is optional? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, CPP. It's optional. You don't have to have romantic relationships with people. You can literally live a full and fruitful and happy life without a relationship. It's possible. I think that when you see these couples and you have friends and you have family that are married and they have kids together and they have these houses and they're doing things together, I think there's this misconception that, that you're missing out if you don't do the same things as well. But really, behind the scenes, you have no idea what those people are enduring from their partner. It could be worse than you think. It could be a situation with a TJ Holmes type of person where there is infidelity, but you just don't know about that because these people would be totally embarrassed to even reveal that to you. No, I'm just saying you don't really know what people are going through. And I find that the couples that act like they're so perfect all the time, that they just always have to save face and you just look at them and you're like, wow, they have the perfect marriage. Those are the ones that are most flawed, that have the most skeleton. See, yours bees calling me sleepy leapy. You be calling me sleepy leapy. Did I say your name wrong? Sheepy leafy. Oh my gosh. I never noticed. I've been saying your name wrong the whole time. I am so sorry. Like stuff sleeping somewhere. LOL. I'm sorry. It's sad because as a sinner who kept actively sin actively sinning, then it's a choice. I hope he gets counseling and can get help, be for real all the time. Yeah, you're right. I've been calling that all the time. But yes, he definitely needs counseling, and I would just be wary of any type of friends like a TJ Holmes, literally smiling in your face, befriend you, and sleeping with your wife behind your back. You can't trust people like this. Don't put too much trust in people. He was like hanging out with this woman's husband. They were all running marathons together and running, racing together, working out together and stuff. But meanwhile, behind the scenes, they were sleeping together for years. Like, what the heck? It's just so gross. I'm grossed out by it, and I'm grossed out at the fact that they just have this like entitlement, like everyone just needs to mind their business and be happy for our love. We're in love. You're not in love, you're in lust. There's a big difference. That crap is gonna wear off real soon when you're both living together and it comes this everything sinks in, and then you start noticing it's not fun anymore. Yeah, because it was only fun because you were doing something wrong. Nah. But Holmes is the biggest perpetrator in this because he's done this before. I can't speak about Amy because we don't know her past, but I did hear a guy from YouTube. I think his YouTube channel is called Kempire. He said that he's heard some things about her that later on will be revealed. But someone had sent him something about her, probably doing something like this before. And he said that there was some scandals behind her as well. He's like, I can't wait for people to start talking about it so I can talk about it and confirm it as well. Because with these people that do media and stuff, there's a lot of people that are watching you, and you really need to be careful. You think you're getting off and people are not noticing your dirt, but a lot of people talk, okay, especially in those newsrooms. There's a lot of gossip going around, and that gossip spills out into, the regular world, where it gets to like where it is now on YouTube and everywhere and on the news. I know because I was like him. I still fight every day. I celibate for years, almost 10 now. Wow, but the lust sin is very hard. Wow, congratulations for fighting. And you're right, it is a very hard sin to overcome. That's very true. Oh, wow, I thought she was innocent before. Nope. But just you guys will start to hear little things come out about her as well. But there is definitely some dirt behind her. Um, oh gosh, sorry, y'all. But people in the regular world, the secular world, call it karma. They say, "Oh, karma is a B word," but what I call it is reaping what you sow. You will reap what you sow, and I'm telling you from right now, their relationship will not last. Okay, and that is for many many reasons. The things that you do in this world, you will get back tenfold. Okay, so it's best that you treat others with respect and have discipline for yourself. um, I think a lot of times people forget that, and they feel like when people say things like that, oh, karma this and you reap what you sow, they think people are just talking in theory, but it's really real. Whatever you put into the harvest is what you'll get back. Okay, just I really believe like the way like things blew up in their face like this, and how the news has been spreading everywhere is literally like God like let this out, because it's just, this is not something that should be ignored. And I'm not talking about these people's business because I just care so much. No, it's public news. And they need to stop telling people to mind their damn business because y'all put this out here. So you made it the public's business. And the reason why specifically I'm talking about it is because I think that there's a lesson to be learned here with these people. You know, you can't just like crap on people and then tell others they just need to be happy for because you're in love, for your love. But what was the cost of all of that? It's just you can't like erase that part as well. Yeah, like who asked? Right, we didn't ask to know about y'all business. Y'all let it leak out. Maybe if you had better discretion, things wouldn't get this bad. But that was the issue at hand. There was no discretion. There was no tact. Nobody made them tell us anything, etc. Exactly. Everyone got skeleton. My family knows mine. Exactly. You People know that in truth they do call it karma. Yeah, that's what the secular people call it. God calls it reaping what you sow. Either way, they're gonna get it back. Both of them. His wife is a lawyer. If I were her, I would just, put the fool on some type of child support and spousal support. You know, get yourself a nice place to live. Co-parent. Get yourself some counseling. Maybe have a couple days to yourself. Go to the spa, get a massage. Just get away from the media and the news and the press, and give yourself time. Same for her husband as well. Amy Holmes' husband that's been cheated on. I would, man, mm-mm-mm. Man, I would just take my time, get some counseling, have a self-care day, read, keep away from the media stuff. They love roaming each other's. They love to become each other's intended to hold themselves accountable. Yeah, they have no accountability. I really hate when people like do stuff like this. Like they like do such heinous things and then like they have this attitude like, oh well, everyone's just supposed to be happy for our love. We don't give a crap about your love, especially if it came out of this mess. Heck no, you can't just like erase that. Like you want us to be happy for you while other people are suffering behind your so-called happiness? Get a grip, you narcissist. And blame instead. Oh, yeah. I bet these idiots don't even have any real reason to like be separated from their spouses. I bet they have no real reason other than like they've been sleeping together and they're just lustful and they just feel like, oh well, this is more fun. What are you, teenage girls? Trying to look for fun? There's other ways to have fun besides sleeping and, jumping on penises. Like, what is wrong with you? Get a grip. This is what I'm saying. Sorry. I didn't mean to say that, but but it's true. There's other things to do in life. Life is not all about sex and affairs. There's other things. And how did it happen? Like, oh, I just fell on the penis. I don't even know how I got there. What? I'm not even gonna read that. But anyway, I'm gonna stay on here July. It's just, we just in love, and you just need to be happy for our love because we're a couple now. I'll be damned. All my years on this earth, I've never slept with no uh, married man. What the heck? How does that even happen? Nobody has to be happy for them at all. If they had more respect, no, than for their spouses, none of this would even have gotten out. But then they came back to work the next day on Friday talking about, oh, it's Friday. Did you had a good Friday? We're gonna have a good Friday. It's just so corny. They're so corny. I love my Friday. Speak for yourself. Like just TJ Holmes seems like a cornball. Like, is it worth it losing your job over this? Over penis? Like, what is wrong with you? Is this worth it? All of these years working in your field, working your way up, but to lose everything that you've worked for overnight, is all of this worth it? God is about to teach these idiots a lesson publicly. Absolutely not. I don't think so. Like, come on. This all could have been planned better. All of it. Now, if they had came out after they've divorced their spouses, people wouldn't be so like shocked and appalled. But they literally just left their spouses recently and they're just separated. They're not even divorced. And the infidelity was happening prior to. I can't believe people like that. Sorry, I'm just pretty tired. Again, these are my work days. Well, I'll be waiting to see what other people have heard about Miss Amy and see what's going on with her and what the skeletons in her closet is gonna come out soon. But I'm gonna wrap this up soon. But again, I'm gonna say again, a person that lacks any type of self control cannot be trusted. If they have no sexual self control, they have no other controls and other control in their other parts of their life. These are grown people. They are well in their age, and they're acting like this. It's so embarrassing. They're both acting like little teenage girls, cackling. Oh, we're together now. And we have friendship bracelets. Like, come on, you're grown. You're grown. Do I have to remind you that you're grown people? Exactly. You should be embarrassed. Like, you guys have the money, you have the resources to have handled this situation way better, but you chose not to because out of selfishness and lust. And you're literally narcissistic. You both deserve each other, and you're both ultimately going to end up ruining each other's lives. I guess they are almost 49 or something. I don't know. Yeah, they're pretty up there in age, you know? If y'all can't get it right at that age, you never will. You know, you keep making these mistakes in your life, you burning bridges with people well into your old age. You literally will have no one when you get old. No one's going to take care of you. I mean, they say 40, but oh well. Wow. Yeah. Oops. These people getting up there in age and they never got it right. Like, literally sit down somewhere and go read a book. They tell kids to do that all the time, but these grown people need to be told that as well. Go sit down somewhere and read a book or something instead of, landing on penises and finding other married people homes to destroy. I'm sorry to keep talking about the P word. I'm going to stop saying that. But it's just ridiculous. Bots don't usually come around or of much. Yeah, let them stay off of here because they kept putting dirty links in the chat and stuff. It was too much. I'm glad they don't find me anymore. But anyway, um, amen. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm being hard on these people. Honestly, I don't feel like I'm being like super hard on them. But that's why I came to unhide comments. Oh, I see. But anyway, I'm not gonna stay on here forever. I've been out here already like 52 minutes. But I gotta go, um, so I can get prepared for work tomorrow. I'm keeping my ears open to see if there's updates about this because I'm interested to see how this network is gonna handle this. I'm really interested to see that because again, we're in a fallen world, and I just feel like there's just no real repercussions for like this foolishness and sin, and people just like making light of sin. I'm just really interested to see how it plays out. My watermelon spout is growing pretty speedy. Oh, that's awesome. I love planting stuff. Yeah. May the Lord bless you. May He shine His light upon you. May the God of the Bible give you peace, not only today, but forever and ever. And those who believe say amen. Amen. Blessings from the Lord Jesus Christ on the y'all. May the Lord continue to bless you. And what's His name? Jesus Christ. Uh, amen. That's the only plan I got now. The weather ripped my oldest cantaloupe plant out. Oh, sometimes it be like that. You never know. It might grow back though. All right, y'all. Y'all, good night, y'all.